What's up guys, and welcome to today's video on email copywriting secrets. How to write killer emails that will sell anything. So stay tuned, we're gonna go over it in this video. What's up guys, Tanner Chidester here, teach you how to build profitable online businesses. Now in today's video, we're gonna talk all things email, how to write great copy, convincing emails, subject lines, you name it, we're gonna cover it. But before I do, just make sure hit that bell notification and that subscribe button so you can keep seeing more videos, all things business. Now, the first thing to understand about emails is that on average, there's only a 30% open rate. And so for you to make sure that as many emails get open as humanly possible, you have to have a great subject line. So the first thing I want to talk about today is the subject lines. What are some of the things you can say to get people to open more of your emails and stay out of the average open rate? What I like to do is I'm going to give you a couple of examples. The first one that is super well known is called a 9-word email. Now, this doesn't mean there has to be exactly 9 words, but you would want to say something to the effect of, "Hey Tanner, have you booked a call yet?" Or it could be, "Hey Tanner, how have you been?" Something of a question that's gonna get a response, and you put that in the subject line. That has been a super awesome way to start getting more responses. Whenever you send that out, it goes right to the person, it looks very personable, and they're gonna be more likely to click on it versus an average email that just has an offer in it. So that first one is called a 9-word email. Number 2 is similar, and this is actually my best open rate ever on email, and it simply said, "Hey," and then first name. So it's a, "Hey Tanner, hi John, hey Rebecca." And so what this does is, again, it's very personable. They're much more likely to open this type of email because it just says "hey" in their name, and they're very intrigued to know what to do. So one of the main tips, guys, is to have curiosity in your subject line. Other examples you could do are current events. You could do compare and contrast, and I'll give you an example of that, and other stuff that is going on in the world. So for example, you could say something like, "How doing X, Y, and Z method stops ice burning from fire or melting from fire," right? Like ice melts when it's around heat. So if you say something counter to that and then can tie it into your email, that's a great thing to do. Another thing could be why Donald Trump would lose the election, or why Donald Trump will win the election. Controversial stuff that's up to date in current events, right? So those are a couple examples. So when you're thinking about writing email subject lines, it's got to be curiosity driven to the point where they're going to click open that email. So almost think of it as like clickbait, as if you would a YouTube video. So that's going to be the first tip I'm going to give in terms of emails. Now, the second tip is when you're writing emails, make sure that you keep them as simplistic as possible. What I mean by that is that a large majority of emails go to spam. So unless someone is on their phone and clicks all inboxes and gets all the emails, sometimes what will happen from a computer is they're going into spam. Now, it's hard to get 100% of your emails going to the primary inbox, but one of the biggest things is to make sure you don't have tons of images and you don't have tons of links. You can have one link and then try to keep it as clean as possible so that the highest percentage will go to the primary inbox, because that's the goal. If you send an email and it has tons of links and tons of images and it looks spammy overall, that's where it gets sent. And the way email systems work today, it gets harder and harder and harder to get those emails going to the inbox. Now, one strategy is when someone opts into your emails, you could send them an email on how to whitelist your emails so that they always go to the primary inbox, but you still have to get them to take that action. If you don't get them to take that action, or you just want to be on the safe side, try sending emails that have one link and then they have no images. Now, I get sometimes, like even I myself will send emails that have images or have extra links, but I try to mitigate that because they never get as good of results. Now, the second part to writing an email is try to tell stories. So I talked about this in earlier videos of copywriting, but really the biggest thing is to call out your avatar, right? Are you someone struggling with this? Go into your story and your struggle. So if you are, I know how you feel. I used to struggle with X, Y, and Z, okay? Then go into what you tried, okay? The system that kind of changed things for you, or the epiphany. Then the results, and then your call to action. If you structure a lot of your emails like this, they'll do very well because guys, people wanna be entertained. Remember that. They wanna be entertained, and so the way you can entertain is by telling a great story that relates back to your ideal customer. If you're enjoying these tips, all I want you to do is just hit that like button, make sure you're subscribed so that you can continue getting more videos. And when it comes to copywriting in general, make sure that you're doing these things. In the subject lines, create the curiosity, right? Use current events, use compare and contrast analogies. Make sure when you're in the actual email, you limit the links, you limit images, and you write a great story. And if you do those things, you're gonna get a lot more open rates and you're gonna get a lot more conversions than you probably ever have before with email. And keep in mind, guys, copywriting is a great skill. You need to learn it. You need to do it so you can make sales and you can run your business, because at the end of the day, no one knows your story better than you. I hope this video was helpful, guys. As I said before, if you haven't yet, just please hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you guys so much for watching this. And if you have questions or comments, just drop them down below, because I will always check in and make sure that I can answer as many questions as humanly possible for you guys. So I hope that makes sense. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next one.